live, cuzzo. Hit him with that intro.
All right, welcome back to the Electives podcast. This will be episode 5, I believe.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. All right,
Before you lose track.
I know, man. I gotta start this year off on a good foot. But today we have one of my good friends and my little sister, Megan Marie here, who's a business owner, a mom, and what else? What else can we add to that list?
An amazing person. Okay?
Amazing person, great human being, philanthropist,
yes.
All of those things, all of the above. First and foremost, we want to thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Because this has been a long time in the making. I know that you had a little situation, which I made fun of you because you couldn't make it. Mm-hmm. And then I got some karma thrown my way because you could probably see it from back there, but I got this volcano.
We can zoom in on it.
Yeah, I got this volcano that's still active. I got bit by a bug, a spider, and had an allergic reaction, and I had to postpone. So thankfully she was able to reschedule some things and still make it on the podcast.
Yep. But that's what's up, man. So, Megan, tell us a little bit about your background. We brought her on here because you have your own business, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm a PMU artist, which is permanent makeup. It's in the beauty industry. I specialize in brows, so it's kind of a form of tattooing. It's just not permanent. But there's a wide range of PMU stuff you can do. So it's permanent makeup. So as far as eyeliner, lip blush, just making it easier for the women because y'all men.
Mm-hmm. What about us? What about us?
The struggle we go through, so with our makeup and stuff.
Well, clearly we're struggling over here.
Yeah. I need a
we have our own
skincare routine.
But just make it easier on the women. So it's semi-permanent. But it's such a huge field. But I specialize in just the brows.
That's what's up, man. And that seems like it's a huge trend now, but permanent makeup sounds crazy to me. Because what if you wake up and you're like, I don't want this no more?
It is removable. So you do have options. Yeah. But that's why you just got to trust who you go to, I feel like. But
true. How long have you been doing it for?
This year would be 4 years.
Oh, only 4
years. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is that 4 years business on your own or 4 years total? Since you learned it and then...
Pretty much business on my own. So once I learned, I jumped in, and it's been, thank God, it started before COVID. But even with the shutdown, it's just been flowing.
Yeah.
So it never really set me back. So I just been kept.
Dang, that makes sense. So what kind of during COVID? What was that like? How did you navigate through that?
I kind of just family and friends, because I just started. Oh, okay. So I was just like, dang, and then everything's getting shut down, and I'm like, crap. But thankfully, just practicing, and then family and friends came through. So into that time, worked on them, and then when everything got back up going, I was able to just take off.
That's what's up.
Now, were you afraid to become an entrepreneur in the beginning?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I say we're our biggest critics.
Yep.
So that's looking back at it, that's what got me. It took me a year deciding if I wanted to do it or not. Mm-hmm. I got mine done. So that's when I seen they had the classes, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That may be something I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. But I sat on it for a year, wondering, I don't know, should I do it? Should I not do it? And, it's not cheap either.
Right.
But then I just sat there, and I was like, either do it and say I tried it and hey, it didn't work out, or sit there every day and then be like, dang, what if? Yeah. Man, what if? You know what I mean? So I was like, what I got to lose? If it don't work out, I'm just where I was at. So I ain't got nothing to lose. Might as well go for it. True. And thank God, a year later I did, and then it just took off.
Man, that's what's up.
That's how it works.
And talk about how much, what's the investment of learning how to do it and getting on your own? How much is that? How much is somebody looking to
typically, to start, you're looking at anywhere from, $3,000 up to $8,000 a class. But it's not, it's something you learn within a few days, and then, you're off on your own.
Because you get certified, right?
You get certified, yeah. Cool. But the crazy thing is with the state of Illinois, even though it's tattooing, you're just qualified. All you need is to have your certification and then a bloodborne pathogen certification. And then that's it.
Oh, wow.
That is it. Okay. As in, other stuff in the beauty field when you get into like lashing or things like that. Hair, you have to go to like cosmetology school or have your esthetician license. And so that's a little bit more. But as far as, doing permanent makeup, that's all Illinois requires. But it does vary per state. So different states do require different things. But Illinois, just take that little class, get that money.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like right now the market is growing faster than it's ever been?
Oh, definitely. It blew up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It blew up. I feel like the beauty industry in general blew up. A lot of women, are starting to create their own businesses. And there's so many opportunities. Like I said, it's not just brows, it's lashes, it's makeup, it's hair, it's nails, it's, even the barbering. You have the SMP.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what we do just with the brows. So, look at you want to learn, I could teach you.
There we go.
You got the barber aspect
how much you
behind
charge?
it.
Do I get a discount? Do
You definitely
I get the
do.
family discount?
Your family.
Yes. There you go.
Although they say that's not what you're supposed to do. No.
True. Yeah, now you're right. Now I got to pay full price. I can't. Yeah, you can't.
I'm just
can't
kidding.
do that. Can't do that.
But no, like there's just so many options. There's so many options you can go. So many services you can offer. But
For sure.
Now, do you think as fast as this is growing, do you think it's sustainable? Like, do you think women are going to be able to? Because our last episode we talked about inflation. We talked about living in America, how much you need to make as a family, single, like, and what the number was that we thought like to live comfortable, like where you can just kind of buy whatever you want, take vacations. We talked about that number, but like in your industry, beauty super expensive.
yeah.
So do you think it's sustainable over a long period of time, or do you think after a few years, women are going to be like, you know what, I can't go do my eyebrows anymore. I'm going to do it myself.
I don't think so. I think society has a big role on people.
Yeah.
Social media has a big role on people. So when it comes down to women, women want to look a certain way.
Yep.
And they're willing to go to extreme, like getting their bodies done, putting their life on the line.
True.
That's crazy.
So I don't think it will die down.
Yeah.
But even during, like I said, during COVID, I still had so many people trying to, book. And then the amount, we charge, it's good money.
Yeah.
But
I think too, like something that I've learned through all of this, through the pandemic and being in the industry, is that human beings care about their appearance, right? And they're willing to pay whatever amount of money to keep up that appearance for a couple of reasons, right? Like the old saying is like, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you can pretty much do anything. It's a confidence thing. Like we've talked about that before. Like confidence is everything. I think for women, right? Like making sure that their eyebrows are taken care of, eyelashes, like just those two things.
Yeah.
Those
You'll be
two things can
surprised
make
at how
a big
much
difference.
it makes a huge difference.
So,
but that's why I like doing it too, because when I do have a client, like their confidence,
right.
they're like, dang, like,
right.
they feel good, and so it makes me feel good that they feel good.
For sure.
So it's not just the money for me; it's just making them feel good and easier on them.
For sure.
Because it takes a lot to do brows.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think the industry's going anywhere because, like we've even talked about before on the podcast, with AI is going to take over like a lot of tech jobs, but people still want to have that human-to-human interaction. And there's nothing like going to see your hairstylist, or because I'm sure even you've probably developed a really good bond and a relationship with your hairstylist. You keep going back to her for a reason. You wouldn't want a robot to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have clients with me since day one. I just had one the other day. I'm like, I remember when you came to me, you're like one of my first clients. She's like, I'll never go to anybody else. And so, I have those clients too.
No, that's cool.
Now, did they get, I asked Malcolm the same question. Did they get grandfathered into the old prices, or did they have to go with, they had to ride the wave?
They had to ride the wave. So when it went up, but they understand, I feel like you pay for what you get in a way,
right.
I feel like. So thankfully, I've never had those issues, but I heard of issues where people, tackling prices or things like that.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I've never had to deal with any of that.
Yeah. So typically, how often does somebody come see you? Is it like once a week? Once a month?
So that's the only thing with the brows. Usually it's a 2-step appointment. So they'll come the first time and then do like a touch-up because it's like a tattoo, so it fades a little bit. A touch-up's done within like a month, and then after that it is about every year that they have to do. So that's the only thing. In this industry where I have to constantly get new clientele constantly because I don't have the back-to-back every 2 weeks, coming to get done. So it's constantly looking for new clients. But thankfully, they come. It's by word of mouth, though, I feel
That's
like.
good.
Yeah. Because, now, do you have you, like, ran ads before or no?
Ads?
Like
no, I just
media?
do the social media posting on my own.
Yeah.
I don't got nobody to work for me. I do it all by myself.
Nice.
One woman show.
Yeah,
that's
no,
how
she does
you
it all.
gotta do
For
it.
real.
That's how you gotta do it.
She does it all.
No,
and then you
gotta
also,
do it.
too, not only do you do, like, the makeup side of it and the eyebrows and the lashes, but you also do teeth whitening? Right?
I do teeth whitening.
Okay.
I am in the dental field. That's where I originally started, was the dental field. So I kind of just threw that in there because it's obviously something I can do.
Yeah.
But that's a hit too, because I mean, it's the same procedure you'll get done at a dental office, but they want to charge you $900 to whiten your teeth.
Dang.
Wow.
Where you could
That's
just
crazy.
get it way cheaper.
Yeah.
Or buy
But
the
that's all
strips.
those
Do the
big-
strips work?
No, they do. The crest,
do?
the crest 3D strips,
Yeah.
those work.
Okay.
They
Yeah, because I
definitely
drink
work.
a lot of coffee, man. So
Yeah, me too.
I might need that this year.
Me too, man.
Might need
me
it
too,
this year.
Me too.
Or the crest 3D toothpaste. That one's good too.
There you go.
So
We got to get sponsored by Crest, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Exactly.
shout out, Crest. We need that.
Yeah, we need that check. We need that
we,
check.
we need. So obviously, like it almost seems the same as like real estate, because I'm in real estate.
Okay.
But I dislike the part about having to chase the next sale.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about it. I don't really have my license just to, show people houses and stuff like that. So what have you thought about doing so that people can come every week? Like, have you thought about like, man, I got to change something so that way maybe I don't have to wait for the next girl.
So
or guy to come
honestly,
through?
like, I don't have to wait. I'm usually booked up a month in advance.
Oh, well, never mind then. Never mind. She got Malcolm's
but-
problem.
Hey, when you
Good
got it like
problems.
that, you got it like that. You
Got
know?
it like that, I guess.
Provide a good service, man. People come back.
That's true.
No,
That's
honestly,
true.
and then how you carry yourself as well. I
That's
feel
a big
like
part.
Yeah, it is.
I'm very humble, so
Yeah.
I feel like that what draws people to me. But honestly, it's when I have one client, they do the marketing for me. So
Oh yeah, because if they look good, they're gonna tell their
so I have
their
people
friend
that'll
and all
come
that.
to me. They're like, "Oh, I met this girl at the grocery store, and I commented on her brow. And she gave me your information." Or
man.
my cousin came to you. I have families from the grandmas, to the moms, to the aunts, to the daughters, to the sisters.
Oh, it's
the
endless.
whole family. So I feel like my clients are who does the marketing for me. To be honest with you, every time I have one client, they're bringing me 5 more.
Yeah, so that's
That's how it works for me.
insider's tip right there.
Yeah, no,
insider's tip. But okay,
Yeah.
hypothetically, let's say you were struggling for the next one. What would you think you would have to do to develop something where they're coming back either every week or every couple weeks?
I would probably market social
Just
media
market more.
because that's where I have to say I market as much as I can, but I'm not on it like that, as in most people are. But it'll probably just be something like that.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But
think-
thankfully, I never even thought about it because I've never been in that position.
Yeah.
But I should probably think about it.
Yeah. Just in case.
Right.
Just in case. But no, something you brought up, like being a people person, I think that in our industry, I express like to the young barbers that are coming up that what's more important than the actual haircut itself is building relationships with people. Because people feel more comfortable spending money with people that they actually like and that they feel like care about them as a human being. You know, so like I tell the young barbers, man, like find out what that person does. Find out what makes them tick. Find out if they have a family or not. Those are all things that are important, So that way when that customer comes back, you have something else to talk about. You can bring their family into it. And if they're going to pay you, like in my case, if they're going to give me $50 or in your case, $100 or hundreds of dollars, like they would rather give it to their friend than give it to somebody that they don't feel like is just, that they don't have that relationship with. So I think that that's big, building relationships with people.
I definitely build relationships or, get to know them as a person, stuff like that. I'm an open book, so I share a lot of my stuff with them.
Do you feel like, because I feel like I'm a therapist, unlicensed therapist in ways with my customers. Do you feel that way with your customers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I'm open about my experiences in life and things I've been through and stuff like that, which, a lot of people, when you talk to them, they go through the same things as you. So I definitely do.
Yeah, you're part of the community, whether you're aware of it or not. You do help the community in your own way. And I'm sure you probably heard some crazy stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Because I've heard some
but listen, I've been through some crazy shit, too.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, man. We'll have to save that one for
That's a whole other story.
Yeah. We'll have
That's
to.
the podcast after dark or something.
Yeah. We have to get it on Patreon.
Yeah, that will be a Patreon or something.
But no, it's definitely how you are, as a business person. If you're owning a business or starting a business, definitely how you carry yourself, how you interact with, your customers, clients, is a big deal.
For sure.
I feel like.
For sure.
And where did you pick those skills up? Because basically you guys are salespersons, salespeople. Where did you learn to pick up those skills, or how did somebody teach you, or is that kind of like learn on the job, or as you went?
I feel like I've always had to deal with people. So like I've been in the dental field for over 10 years. So, dealing, I have to be in that customer service position pretty much. So I think that's where it came from. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's easy. So I looked on your profile. I saw that you I think you teach people too, right?
Yes, I do.
So
I do training.
So from, I guess, doing it on your own to training people, what's the biggest difference that you learn, and were you afraid to teach people?
Honestly, I wasn't afraid. I was excited to train because the way I was trained, I felt like I learned a lot on my own. And I did have my moments where I was like, you know what, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, I think I want to step back. It's too much. But that was just me being in my head. I said, your mindset is crazy. Either it's going to make you or break you. Yep. So I was in my head a lot like, oh my God, I don't know if I could do this. I don't want to do this. But then I had to sit there and be like, why am I doing, like, you got this. You went to, everybody's saying you're doing good. And, I'm just, my biggest critic at the moment. So I was, I wiped that out, said, I got it. I'm going to do this, perfected it. You can still always grow. So I'm still growing. But then I wanted to offer classes. I had people asking me, like, would you do classes? So then I started offering it. But I was excited too because everything that I felt like I didn't learn, I can show them how to do it. Yeah. Or, make it easier on them where they're not struggling like how I was like, oh, my God, I don't want to do this. I don't know. So, like, to ease it for them. So, I was excited. So, I do my training different than the typical training is done just because of what I experienced. And I don't want other girls to experience that, So.
Now, did you feel that took your business to because that's another branch of your business, right?
Yeah,
so
it is.
Taking it another.
It did. I have to say, I've trained over, I don't even know how many girls, like over 20 girls. Dang. But it is another field. But I enjoy it. I like teaching people, helping them, showing them the way. There's money for everybody to be made.
Oh,
so, just opening that door and just helping, growing.
I think that's what that's one of the.
Because we talked about that.
Yeah.
I've been. You don't understand what I've been trying to do with this guy. If I had his barber skills, I've been. It's because we've talked about him. Going to like, hey man, like he's probably one of the best in the game, like by far. Not just because he's my cousin, but just saying, like, I'm like, man, maybe it's time you. Thank you. You try to go teach people, because then that'll add another stream for him. He don't have to stay here and cut heads all day. You can just say, hey, you messed up right there. Right. Let me fix that.
It's in the works. I think that I myself have suffered from like something you mentioned earlier, just being in your own head too much about it. Yeah. I know that I'm really good at teaching how to cut hair because I'm a very patient person. And like something that you brought up is like you don't want the person to make some of the same mistakes that you made. Yeah. So I know that I honestly do feel like I'll be a great teacher. I just get in my own head about it.
That's what it
is. You just gotta get out. You just gotta get out your head. Yeah. That's the biggest thing in life. With everything, though, not even just the business, just in life. If you're in your head, like I said, it'll either make you or break you. So it's just your perspective. That's what I had to learn too. Change my perspective on things, and
What helped you change that, shift that perspective? Like, when did you catch it? After? Was it after you started your own business? Like, after you became an entrepreneur or before?
I would say after.
Yeah.
After, definitely, because I went through those moments, you know, in my head. And then after, like, looking back, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, I didn't even have to do that.
Yeah.
Or I stressed myself out, or, you know, I didn't have to do that. But at the time, you know, you don't know any better.
Right.
But looking back at it, I changed that, and I'm so grateful. And that's what I, you know, instill in my students. Like, don't be in your head. As long as you stay consistent and, you know, keep practicing, staying consistent, and, you know, saying you got it, there's only one way besides to go up. You can't go backwards,
right?
You know, unless you stop.
Right.
True.
But
that's true.
So just keep going, stay consistent, be positive, and, you know, just you don't stress about what you can't. You don't stress it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you read or listen to podcasts, or how do you?
I actually don't. I don't have time to do anything. I don't read.
She's like, I just talk to myself.
I don't even watch TV. I swear. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even have time to talk to myself. I don't even watch TV.
That's
I do
good.
not watch TV.
That's good.
That's good.
So I'm just too busy. I'm too busy.
So where does it come from then? Like, it has to come from somewhere.
I mean, honestly, probably just how I was raised, how I grew up. You know, my family.
Yeah.
You know, my mom. So I think a lot of it comes from my mom and my parents. And things like
she was
that.
She was the only girl in a house full of boys.
That too. So you know, I was raised a little different.
She was running with us when we were around.
I know, that's the thing. People are like, "Oh, you have 4 brothers. You must have been like the princess." I'm like, no, they treated me like I was a boy. I was out there playing basketball with them, throwing the football with them.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's funny. No, that's good because I think was it Tretch was another one that said he didn't really like. He's another guy that we had, and he had a great mindset, and his was the same. Just like he's like, man, I think I just always had it because of his pops. So you know, that was,
you don't really realize it till later in life. You know, you kind of like reflect back.
Yeah, looking back at it, I don't think I would have been like, oh, I'm gonna do permanent makeup, or I'm gonna create my own business. Like,
because I never would have
thought.
I wouldn't have guessed that you would have gotten into the field.
Yeah, me either.
Know?
But not
I think I would have guessed that you probably would have done like, I don't know, maybe more like an office job or something like that.
Probably. I don't even know, to be honest with you. I don't know what I probably wouldn't have. And the only reason why I got into dental was because of Jason. Like, I don't know what I would have been doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Because you didn't go to college at all, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
See? Yeah. Same
go to
here.
college, but
now, was it that?
Look at, we making it, though.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like David and I, we talk about like he took the traditional route, which was college, and then I took like the non-traditional route. And something that we always advocate for the people that are watching and listening is like, there's no right or wrong way to do it.
right?
You know, his way is working for him. You know, your way is working for you. My way is working for me. You know, you just kind of have to get in where you fit in and figure it out. You know.